Hey everyone, welcome back to my Mexican kitchen here in Switzerland. Today's recipe is not Mexican, just like the last one wasn't, but we like cooking international. We love food. And this recipe is a favorite for kids. Kids absolutely love this dish. And if you prepare it this way, adults are also going to love it. It's macaroni and cheese. It's really super yummy, and let's get cooking. The ingredients you need for your macaroni and cheese are 200 grams of Camembert, 100 grams of parmesan, 150 grams of mozzarella, 100 grams of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of mustard, about half a teaspoon of salt, also about 1/4 a teaspoon of pepper. For that we need very little. About 8 Maria cookies really turned into really fine powder. And we're going to use penne pasta, and we need 500 grams of that. So let's start with the easiest part. Let's cook our pasta. In a deep pot, put enough water to cook your pasta. Put a bit of salt. You don't need a lot of salt, just a very little bit, maybe 1/4 teaspoon or even less. And you're going to cook the pasta until it's al dente, until it's still firm. And once it's cooked, you're going to strain it and you're going to keep it aside. Okay, so our pasta is cooked, it's al dente. Here's a quick thing. When I cook for my family, it's different to how I cook when I make the videos. For when I'm cooking every night, every day, it's quickly, I already know what to do. I don't really need to think things through or have them organized or anything. So I can cook 2-3 things at the same time because I don't need to explain it to anyone. For the video, I do everything separate to make it easier for your comprehension. So in this case, since I cooked the pasta first and I'm making the sauce after, the pasta is going to start cooling down and sticking, so I added a bit of olive oil just to help that not happen so it doesn't stick. Otherwise, if you guys start cooking like I just mentioned before when I cook for my family, that you make 2-3 things at the same time to speed things up, you don't need to add the olive oil, it won't stick together. That being said, let's start making our sauce. So first we're going to melt our butter. Once it's melted, we're going to add the flour, and we're going to use a mixer, and we're going to mix it well so it doesn't burn. Once it's mixed well and it's like a paste, you're going to add the milk, and you're going to whisk a lot so you don't make any clumps, so no clumps are made. So you're whisking, whisking, whisking until it thickens. Once it's thick, you're going to season with the mustard, the salt, and pepper or nutmeg. That's up to you, whatever you have at home or whatever you like the most. You mix well, and the last part you add is the cheese. The cheese you have to chop up in little portions. That's because we have to melt the cheese in here. So if you have big pieces, it's harder and takes longer to melt. So if you put it little by little, like little pieces in there, it'll melt faster. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be adding the cheese little by little and melting it. Once it melts, you add a little bit more, you let it melt, and like that until you use up all the cheese. Once you've used up, once you've used up all the cheese, your sauce is done. You can turn it off, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, so our sauce, our cheesy sauce is done. It's like nice and gooey and yummy and really, really good. It's really, really, really good. So now we're going to mix it into our pasta. You mix well, and the next step is putting it in a glass mold or a metal mold, anything that's oven proof, because this is going to go in the oven. You put your pasta, your macaroni and cheese in the mold, and you're going to top it with the Maria cookies, which were crushed super finely. Why sweet cookies, you're going to be asking yourself. Okay, so the sweet and the salty goes amazing, trust me. So it's just a flavor you guys need to try, and you're going to like it a lot, I promise. So you just sprinkle Maria cookies on top, the crushed ones, not whole ones. Just a little bit, you don't need to put tons of cookies, just a little bit, it's a garnish. And then we're going to pop it in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 390 Fahrenheit for about 5 minutes. We're gonna put it in the grill function of the oven, not the normal one, because all we want is for the top to bake and turn golden. Macaroni and cheese is already cooked, so we just want the top to get nice and golden. As soon as you see it's golden, you can take it out of your oven and let it cool down, and it's ready to eat. So our pasta is out of the oven. Like you can see, it's slightly golden. I can't put it up to the camera this time because it's really, really hot. But otherwise, I really want to repeat the Maria cookies, how special they make this dish. The sweetness with the saltiness of the cheese is really nice. So I hope you guys do try it and don't just look at the recipe and say, oh yuck, it sounds weird. Try it. You might surprise yourself, so I think you'll enjoy it. See you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video and this recipe. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please watch the other videos. Just click on the links, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.